Hey, this is Peter. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Start. All right, we're good. You know what? Let me stop that. All right. So it looks like we're streaming fine. Let me get this out of the way, and we're gonna take a quick look at WEGO Stalingrad. I'm gonna start this scenario over just so you can kind of see something from scratch real quick. Bear with me as I reset myself. Okay. So, we go. This is the second in the We Go series by Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly, our BK Games, as produced by Matrix Games, subsequently under the umbrella of Slytherin Limited, LLC, out of UK, I believe. Let's just jump in. I'm going to kind of just walk you through a typical turn or two, and we'll go from there, right? This is kind of an addendum to an article I'm writing for Armchair Dragoons, um, which should be produced and released by the time by the time I post this video, and I'll link the video from the article. Okay, so this is what we get. Go to the main thing. When we start the game, we go World War II, Stalingrad. You can start the introductory scenario. You can do a play game where you start as a hot seed or versus AI. You can resume an existing saved game, of course, or you can start multiplayer. I'm not going to get into multiplayer for this review. Um, so that's that. We'll take a quick run through of the editor real quick, just before we get into a game. We'll take just a very short look at this real quick. I'm gonna go through each tab. I'm not gonna say too much about it. You can set the general data, stacking limits, which is interesting. Unit breakdowns available. Hmm, that's interesting too. Haven't played with that too much. Fog of War settings, which default to 3 and 4 for intel and range. Road movement values. Haven't played with this too much. Haven't really looked at the manual thereof. All right, supply, similar for each side. You can set HQs. Don't really know what I'm doing there. That's fine. Army table. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is interesting. Okay, haven't played with that too either. I'm wondering if I can open existing. Hmm. See what happens there. Hmm. Okay, didn't really try that before. Okay, cool. That's why I'm doing this video. It's kind of neat to look at um, an existing scenario. This is one of the core scenarios. I think by the fact that it has the asterisk in front means that I can't really save it. I'm assuming I don't have save as. Okay, let's see. Or, interesting. Okay. Looks like I can, but hopefully I don't mess with. I'm not gonna mess. I'm not gonna save this at all. It just kind of shows you the hierarchy as defined. I'm kind of trying to figure out how do you edit that. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna get too into it. Pretty capable here. Whoa. Okay. Wow. Just kind of shows you the complexity of the scenarios and the unit definitions thereof. So that's interesting. Hmm. I'm kind of glad I jumped in there and opened that. All right. So then there's the air table. There really isn't naval in that. Ground assets. Oh, interesting. Huh. I kind of don't want to mess with the core just in case it messes it up. But that's interesting. Okay, this shows you all of the ground assets that are available to the Sixth Army Strikes, which is the first of the campaign that I was kind of showing in the Armchair Dragoons article. So that's that. Logistics, interesting. Hold on. Where does this show up? I think this is still within the command and control areas of the game. We'll see that in a moment. Army unit data. Wow. You have a significant amount of control here. Okay. So this is actually better than I thought, quite honest. So here is a, clicked on that. It's taking, aha. Interesting. Interesting. This is the full editor, so this is what they used to create the scenarios for the game. So that's cool. Here's the victory points, victory unit values, the setup, general setup and briefings we'll get into. Oh wow. That's cool. Briefing. Weather. Okay. That's cool. Alright, AI. Don't really know what I'm doing here. Maybe the manual for the editor. There is a manual for the editor, by the way, so I'll look at that at maybe in a separate video, I think. Let me exit this. I'll just quickly show you the campaign editor. This one is a little bit more straightforward. The English, Deutsch, Russisch, Spanish, Española, English. Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice that before. But you actually have localization. That's cool. Scenarios. Pretty linear. I don't think there's. Oh, wait. There is a branch campaign. Ooh. The next scenario to be played depends on which side won the. Ooh. Okay. Haven't played with that too much. I'm not going to get too deep in it. Okay. Campaign map looks like you can load an image. You can. Okay. I don't know what you're doing there, but that's fine. Interesting. Interesting that they have localization built in. That's very nice. Exiting. Oops, didn't mean to exit the whole darn thing. What happened there? Let's try. Let's start it again. Sorry about that. All right, let's get into. I'm going to start a campaign. I'm going to start the first campaign. We'll go through a turn of the first scenario in the first campaign. I think there's four scenarios in the campaign. Let's do that. We're going to do a new AI game. We're not going to do AI versus AI, but that's kind of a neat thing. We're going to do, yeah, the first of four. There are four campaigns included in the game. First one is the 6th Army versus Soviet 62nd Army, and it includes four scenarios, right, by default. 6th Army strikes. This is not branching. It's not branching. This is more of a historical linear campaign. We're gonna basically do the 6th Army strikes scenario. Well, let's go ahead and do it within the confines of the scenario. I'm just gonna show you how that plays out. I don't really know. Haven't really read yet. Maybe I'll read it by the time I write the final strokes of the pen of the article. But I don't know if anything kind of carries over. I don't know the level of that. Maybe there are settings for that as far as what carries over between the scenarios based on conclusions, etc. Let's just. All right. Campaign consists of four scenarios that cover the advance of the 6th Army towards the city of Stalingrad. Go watch Enemy at the Gates. Very good movie. Beautiful movie. Also, go watch the German film Stalingrad. Incredible film. I need to go look at that again. I need to go watch both before I post my article, honestly. 6th Army strikes. So we're going to start with the first scenario. And we'll kind of just get ourselves very roughly through the first turn. Just kind of try to show you everything I can up through the second turn. Sixth Army strikes. It is the 23rd of July of 1942. The depiction is by 14 turns in this first scenario. Sixth Army strikes. John Duquette had authored this originally. Map size is 56 by 52 hexes. Historical background. Let's go look at this. On the 23rd of July, the Axis launched Operation Heron. The purpose of this offensive was outlined in the OKW Directive number 45. The task of Army Group B, Paul's 6th Army Group, is to develop the Don defenses and, by a thrust forward to Stalingrad, to smash the enemy forces concentrated there, to occupy the town, and to block the land communications between the Don and the Volga, as well as the Don itself. Sixth Army Strikes covers the first 3 days of this operation. Victory conditions: gain more victory points than the other side by destroying the enemy units and or capturing objective hexes. Points are awarded each turn to the player owning the following objectives, and there's that list. Wetting my parched lips. All right, here we go. All right, so Army information. The Axis mission: attack to encircle and destroy enemy forces in the Don Bend. If possible, to capture a bridgehead over the Don River. Bonus, bonus, bonus. Axis forces available at start. The land forces are elements of the German 6th Army, the 14th and 24th Panzer Corps, and the 8th Army Corps. The air assets included are the 9 by air support, 2 by air recon, and 2 by air transport, with 1 by ace for cap. Yeah, we'll see it right here. Hold on. Okay, weather good, moonlight, supports night air and logistics operations. Supply points at start: 62 fuel, 65 ammo, 2 personnel, 3 equipment, etc. Okay. Air reinforcements. Oh, excuse me. Axis reinforcements and withdrawals and releases. Turn 1 reinforcements are Arco 145. Turns 2 and 3. 8th AK support units and 2 by command assets. Turn 5 withdrawals, 1 command asset. Interesting. I think that's. I'll show you how that's depicted. Turns 5 through 9 reinforcements. 305 infantry division, 1 by command asset and 4 by asset. Logistic assets. Turn 6 reinforcements, 2 by air support, etc. Okay. All right, let's get into this. We'll kind of work our way down to all the buttons here. We'll kind of work our way through all the buttons here. Let's look at the top first. This is the day, the time marking within the day. So this is a typical day. Right now it is 0600. We're at the first phase of the day, basically. We're in the current phase of setup. Turn 1, progress. We don't want to do that yet. This is what I was trying to point out before, is that the 1 by cap or 1 by air aces was towards the number of assets assigned to counter air, then the overall number of assets assigned to interdiction. Okay, so here is the closing of the info panel. Just gonna show you that. The info panel, let's just go through that while we're sitting over here. Order is none. Let's go click on somebody here. You see how the order changes. Let's click on them. Order. Why? I haven't given you order yet, I guess. Let me see if I can. We're in setup phase, that's why. Alright, so just zooming out, zooming all the way in. I'm going to show you that zoomed in, it's quite graphically nice. Very crisp. When you come out, maybe it gives the impression of simplicity, but it's very practical graphic war game. If I were to compare it, I have the NATO symbols turned on. Let's see where the heck, I can't remember how the hell that's set. I think it might be here. No, maybe here. Yeah, here. See that? I'm gonna undo that for now. Okay. Turn that off. Turn that off. All right, let's go through just for now. Let's go through all this, and then we'll kind of go top to bottom over here. Kind of show you what's available. All right, we might, yeah, we'll do a little bit of air planning and ground asset planning as well. This shows you the order. We haven't ordered anything because we're in setup. I'm gonna go ahead and just for shits and giggles here, I'll go ahead and get us into the planning stage. You can do certain things there during setup. I actually think that you can. Man, I don't want to say this wrong, but that's really to move things around. I didn't mess with it just for because I'm lazy. But planning. Let's go back over this. Okay, again, time of day, phase of day, phase, current phase, planning, turn. This is the progression to the next phase. We don't usually click that until we're very ready. As a matter of fact, yeah, don't click that until you have everything absolutely planned out because pretty much at that point you're in a VCR mode. All right. Number of assets, air assets assigned to counter air, number of air assets assigned to interdiction. All right, let's go over here. The order of the unit. Let's see how that, now that's appropriate. Order none, but, okay, so that's the attack. Okay, so here it is right here. Order hold. Okay, so that little bracket, left bracket is a hold. Okay, I didn't Okay, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let's go through each of these things, and then we'll kind of go as a unit, and then we'll go all the way down. Okay. So here we have the okay. That's why I did that because we wanted to show what the hell we wanted to show what this really meant. Order none. So when you click on a unit, you get the actual order. Kind of don't like that. Sorry, but I don't like that that doesn't stay put. Right. It's like if you're selected on that, I wish that stayed put. Hey, developer, if you can add that, so be it. All right. Again, as you click on it, I don't know if you hear the audio, but you do hear like what's kind of neat is you hear an associated audio for the element, which is kind of neat. Not many, not well, some of them too, but not many. Like if I was to compare this maybe to WDS, similar Panzer campaign title, then I don't know if they have unique audio per type. It's pretty kind of pretty cool. Little things like that really make this shine, I think. Not try not to compare too much, but hey, so be it. All right, so what's really nice is anything in here has a pretty reasonable tooltip. Okay, you can't really go wrong. Even if you didn't have the manual, you can pretty much figure out what to do, which is always nice. All right, so over here we have the show scenario information. All right, that's just showing this or not. This is showing the weather. This is showing the time of the date, time, and turn. All right. Let's see what this is. This is the show hex contents overview. What am I seeing here? Show hex contents overview. Let's go here. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. It just updated. How did I? Oh, when I click on a unit, okay. Huh. Okay, that's a little. Shit. Didn't mean to do that. Did I move it? Yeah, shit, I moved it. Alright, is there an undo? I do not have that. Whatever. Occasionally I'm going to fart up and mess that up. Right, So what's a little weird there? Now I have. See, I don't like that. It should be. It should. Okay. All right. Sorry, but developer, if you're listening, right? The intuitive part of that would be if I, even if I mouse off it, I shouldn't see that. I'm sorry, but I shouldn't see that. I should see the most recently click thing. Because now I have no idea. I can't mouse over the shit until you know what I get here. Okay, that's not good. I'm sorry, but that should be. I'm sorry, that should be changed. All right, so I don't know what these are. Quality, total attack value, total. In other words, if you kept it on the same darn thing, then I could see what the hell they mean. All right, total attack value. Sorry, but that's who I am. All right. Total defense value, attack shot, attacker shock, defender shock, A value, zone of control value, and hex stacking. So hopefully you can remember that. I can't remember that shit. All right, so that's all that. All right, what the hell did I do there? What is that? Why is that red? What is that? Why is this just I guess so. Because it's Croat. That's the nationality of Croat. So this is interesting. I like. Okay, so we're clicking. So we're kind of. No, we're not quite done here. We can finish this before I move back over here. All right. So we did this. This is the hex contents. Now we're going to show total min. Total min over hex. Okay. So there we go. Again, what I don't like here. Sorry, developer, but it's as you move off of it. This shouldn't. I'm sorry, but if you click on something, it should stay. Just being truthful. All right. Because how am again, as I'm learning the game, this is interesting too, because everything you add is additive to it, which is fine, which is kind of neat actually. All right, that's useful actually. So here's all of it, right? But then craziness there. All right, but again, how the hell am I supposed to know what any of those icons are unless it stays? Sorry, that's again, just being honest. Sorry. All right, so let's look at victory points. That just pings that on there too. So okay, so some things I like about that. I like that it's additive. I do not like that it defaults like. Okay, hold on. I just figured it out. That's still not right. See that? They don't like that. Sorry. All right, that needs to be fixed. Sorry. It does. So let's look at the hotkeys. This is really cool. Love this. Love this. One of the only games I've seen that does this, like this. It shows a visualization of all the hotkeys as well as what the hell they do. That's really cool. I love this. Uh, this put me over the fence on this game. Seriously. Um, just that visualization. I'm a very visual person. Sorry, it's how I roll. This is really cool. I did want to show that there's varying levels of AI auto completion, auto management, if you will. This is cool. This absolutely sets this game apart, I think. For me, I tend to use this, right? Because, I'm generally moving things at an orders level, at the Paulus level, if you will, Sixth Army wise. And I don't I mean I feel like the sub commanders should be able to know what they need to do in the immediate their immediate vicinity, right? So that's if you want to be grainier, if you want to be all Grigsby on it, so be it, right? So that's fine. Let's go look over here. What do we? Okay, what is that? Show unit detail. I don't know what the hell that's showing. Maybe. Again, please, God Almighty, fix that. And anytime you're on something, you click it, it should. And then push away from it. Right. That's that. That's me ripping into all that crap. Alright, so that's all that from the top right perspective. This is all the summary level thingy-majiggies over here. Alright, so let's go look at what the hell is this thing making a bunch of noise. There we go. Briefing level. Wait, what does this actually show it as? Turn information units. This is a really cool summary. Again, it's an extraordinarily practical game. Okay, it's certain things are not easy on the eyes. That's fine, and I'm okay with that as long as it's extremely practical. Here's all your units. Here's your counter error. Here's your reinforcements for this turn, which is really cool. And I will say that the unit markers themselves, these larger cards, quite good, quite nice looking. And what's cool is you can actually position on each one. Pretty cool. Reinforcements, future reinforcements, and it tells you exactly. So very WDS-ish, but graphical, right? Ooh, that's interesting. Turn 5, you get a bunch of command and control improvements as well. Future withdrawals, don't really understand that one, but that's interesting. All right. So that's this turn information level. Let's look at battle summary. No battles have occurred yet because we're in planning of phase 1, right? But okay, at this point, let's see what this. Sorry, I didn't know it. HQ buttons. All right. Let's look at these. You have supply allocation. This is a good vertical. This is a really cool. What's kind of I really love this. It's like this kind of like overlay inlay. I guess the only way to describe it. Everything you put it's kind of neat. It's really neat. It's smart. It's intelligent. It's different, right? You put your mouse over the thing and it tells you what that thing is. But it does it as like a replacement inlay, an inlay, I guess is what I would put it. It's an overlay inlay. It's an inlaid overlay, right? So let's go look at each one of these. I mean, that's really cool. That this alone is really cool. Okay, I'm sorry. That's really cool. Again, as you overlay anything, it becomes an inlay. That's unique. That's quite unique. I don't know of any other games that does it. So here we go. Again, it describes everything, but I kind of like it. Instead of just an overlay, it's like an inlay replacement. Let's look at this. This is again shows you the fuel, ammo, and there's a really interesting concept in this game of combat plus and move plus and basic. This is basic supply. You really kind of wanting to be more on the eye out for when you get these move pluses and these combat pluses because they give you the ability, in particular for move plus. Again, everything is explained very well. Good game, very good game. Units with move plus supply can use their full movement factor and can use road movement, which is cool. That's a very specific movement over here. When you turn it blue, that becomes road movement. By default, most things are move and attack. Okay, so that's all this. Let's go at each one. You can look at how each thing is set. So that's interesting. Some of these already have very specific a number of. Okay, cool. I don't want to get too into that. So that is the HQ buttons. Let's see. Okay, we got to that. Let's go in the hierarchy. I love this part. Wow, what are all these? I didn't even notice these icons. Okay. But this is a really nice. I like that this is still from the first one. This is the first one, by the way, is WEGO Desert War. That was released in I think December of 2019. So pretty much 4 months or so before COVID destroyed the world and changed reality. So this is interesting. What I didn't I kind of wish that these had overlays, but that's fine. Let's go look at polish real quick. He's the top level, I believe. So let's go here. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and comment. Anything that you click on should stay sticky. So maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a way to force that to be sticky, but I I can't get over here and look at it. I mean, man, it might not be shit to even do over there, but let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do F. Okay, there's. Oh, that might be how you do it. Okay. You see how I kind of. Ooh. Okay. See how it's individually selecting each. It's probably for planning sake. All right. Then we go like this. But man, I'll tell you what. This again, very similar. It's an inlay overlay. Never seen that before. That's a really cool technique. I have to give you credit, though. Pretty cool, call it. That's really cool. It allows you, instead of just an overlay, it allows you to use an entire mobile area Again, I'm doing this on purpose, developer Brian Kelly, so that you can see where I have problems. Not capable. Sharp shifts. Bring in so much detail. So good. Very good. Okay, so don't want to get too detailed here. Maybe we do a part 2 of this. So this I love. This again, you get down to the nitty gritty where that thing is. Look at that thing. Right click on that thing. Look at the details. Put your mouse over each thing. Shows you what's at the vertical hierarchy. I usually kind of describe this as this is a horizontal hierarchy. So I like to be able to look at it in both ways. It's really cool. Oh shit, I just moved that, but yeah, honestly, I wish there was a way to escape. I wish that escape didn't just do that, okay? I wish that escape just kind of exited you out of this. I wish I clicked on this HQ, I wish that when oh shit. Yeah, in order to escape from that unit's information, you have to you have to click elsewhere. It's just a little weird. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. There's showing the HQs only, hierarchy. Okay, so we've gone all the way through this. Let's do this. Let's go through I'm just going to describe some of these things. Remove armies from the map. This one is extremely useful This shows you which ones have moved, which is a very M-like WDS's hockeyist action. Show night capable units, which is very interesting. This is interesting because there is a phase at which you are with the twinkling stars here. You can see that you kind of need to know what those are. It's really cool. It's very unique. Never seen a war game do that. So now, show all moves. This is kind of neat. Kind of didn't even know that until now. Really cool. But man, those are all the plan moves. Let's just see how that slips. Really cool. This is just so cool. Really cool game, Brian. Really cool game. All right. So let's go here. Oh God, this is so good. This is cool. What I really love is this kind of like modulation between Axis and Ally. God, this is so beautiful. I'm gonna have to stop here though. I need to stop for the night. So I might do a part 2 where I continue through all the rest of it. Okay. But this is a great game. Just a solid game. Really, really cool. Very unique. Comparable to WDS Panzer campaigns as far as scope and scale. But there's some very unique features here. And then add on top of that it's also WEGO, right? You plan it out, you WEGO it. Here, I'm just gonna let it go real quick, just to kind of show you the playthrough. Give me a moment. Okay, so now it's coming back. So this is the cool part. This is the really cool part. And again, what's really nice about this game is that the WEGO is just on top of an awesome game. Like even if they didn't have the WEGO, that's what I like about this. That's what I've been surprised. That's what I have been surprised most about this game is that if you took the WEGO entirely out of it, it's a freaking awesome game. So let's just go through what you would normally do is you generally, like, more often than not, I would plan all the overall orders, which is basically move, you set it as for any of the units, you can move and attack, move and defend, move with road movement, but you can only do the road movement if you have these plus supplies. Really interesting logistics. I haven't got too deep into it, but very cool stuff. Just the fact that you have that differentiated kind of like baseline or base supply versus it's like combat plus or plus. Really cool. One thing before I get out of this, where is the alright, so this is the kind of neat thing. So you do those basic orders, overall orders, right? And then you can let the AI do the ground attacks and artillery attacks and command actions, right? It's kind of how I would generally play it. Now, if you want to get all Greeks beyond it, you can do all the stuff yourself, right? We're still free. Right, so then you just hit this, and we go to the next planning. All right. So that's it. That's a pretty high overview. Bunch of overlays I didn't get into. I'll do a quick part 2 just to kind of round it out a little bit. But yeah, I've gotten about 10 hours plus into it. I really like it. I really like it, quite honest. In comparison to War in the East, again, I don't want to denigrate the classic too much, but that's the one and two versions. I own the first one. I don't own the second one, but I don't think there's a huge difference between the two, honestly. At least from what I've seen. Eventually, I'll buy the damn thing if it goes on sale. Sorry, Matrix, please put it on sale. Um, Great game. Really good. The graphics are deceptively good. That's a weird way to put it. Better, definitely better than the first Desert, the WEGO Desert War. I did, again, as I'll mention in the article, I went ahead and bought the Desert War one, just not only for comparison's sake, but it just looked good, quite honest. But that'll give me a better idea. The differences, it definitely has absolutely improved since the first iteration. I think again, Matrix even defines this one as the core of this we go now. And I think it's a it's a good stepping off point. I definitely would love to see more. I would love to see something in the West. I think a lot of people, certain whatever, most folks, American audience maybe may want to do more in the West. But yeah, it's a great game. Let me stop